Welcome to the online visioning session for the City of Kenora Official Plan and Zoning Bylaw Review. My name is Megan Bowles and I'm a community planner and consultant with WSP. Together with my colleague Emily Miranda, we will be taking you through this presentation on the City of Kenora Official Plan and Zoning Bylaw Review. The consultant team from WSP that is working with the City on this project consists of my colleagues in the Ottawa office, Nadia DeSanti as the project manager, and Anita Sott as the Deputy Project Manager and Project Planner. Emily and I work out of WSP's Winnipeg office. The City of Kenora, with the assistance of WSP, has started the review of its official plan and zoning bylaw. The review process will result in a new official plan and zoning bylaw. This presentation will describe what an official plan and zoning bylaw are, how they impact growth and development in the city, and how you can be involved in the official plan and zoning bylaw review process. Due to COVID-19, this open house is being hosted in an online format and is accompanied by an online survey. Hard copy surveys are also available from the City, and you are always welcome to share your thoughts, comments, and questions with City staff by phone or email. The official plan and zoning bylaw regulate where and how future growth and development in the City will occur. Residents, business owners, and organizations have valuable information to share in this process. Are you thinking about subdividing your land? Do you think there is need for more diverse housing options in the city? Do you wish you had improved access to businesses and services? Would you like to see more green spaces and trails in your community? Are you concerned about protecting natural areas? These are just a few examples of the many ways in which your community's official plan and zoning bylaw affects you.
The Planning Act is the primary legislation that governs land use planning in Ontario. The Planning Act requires that municipalities update their official plans every 5 years or replace them with a new official plan every 10 years. The review will also ensure that the official plan reflects recent changes to the Planning Act, such as Bill 108, the More Homes, More Choices Act 2019. The 2020 Provincial Policy Statement came into effect on May 1, 2020. The Provincial Policy Statement sets out policies regarding matters of provincial interest. Some examples include the management of land uses to achieve efficient development patterns, long-term economic prosperity, and protecting public health and safety from natural or human-made hazards. The City's current official plan and zoning bylaw were adopted in 2015. Council must undertake a review and update of its official plan periodically to ensure that the objectives and policies of the plan remain current and relevant and meet the requirements of the Planning Act, the Provincial Policy Statement, and other provincial policies and regulations. The zoning bylaw must be updated to conform with the new official plan. The objectives and policies of the official plan and the requirements of the zoning bylaw attempt to achieve a balanced approach to economic development, land use, infrastructure, and resource management issues affecting the city. The official plan sets out the vision, goals, objectives, and policies for growth and development within the city for the next 20 years. An official plan is a cornerstone for decision-making related to land use and development and must be kept current to reflect the vision and goals the community is trying to achieve. Specific policies in each of these areas outlined on the slide provide direction on how development should occur. The official plan also includes a series of schedules that identify a series of land use designations where specific existing and future land uses are permitted. The zoning bylaw is a legal document and planning tool which implements the policies of the official plan by establishing various zones and standards that regulate land uses and how a property may be developed within each zone in the city. Zoning helps to reduce land use conflicts between incompatible land uses by prescribing the types of uses that are permitted in specific areas. Zoning can also be used to protect or enhance the character of a community or area through development standards.
The official plan and zoning bylaw review project includes 5 stages outlined in blue with key tasks associated with each stage. The process will also include opportunities for public input and engagement, including this online presentation and survey, as well as a special meeting of council in Phase 2 of the project, where recommendations for the official plan policy updates will be presented to council. A statutory public open house in Phase 3, where we will present the draft official plan and zoning bylaw to the community, and a statutory public meeting in Phase 4, where we will present the final draft official plan, and a statutory public meeting in Phase 5, where we will present the final draft zoning bylaw. The timeline to complete the project will take us to spring of 2022.
We invite you to complete a survey to get your feedback on the vision for the city, as well as key policy topics that will be addressed through the official plan and zoning bylaw review. These include affordable housing, economic development, waterfront development, keeping of animals and beekeeping, parking, and short-term accommodations. The draft background report and online survey are available on the city's website. Hard copies of the survey are also available upon request. The results of the survey will be made available on the city's website, and a draft vision statement will be included in the draft official plan for community feedback. In support of the official plan review, the City of Kenora is creating a vision for the next 20 years. By participating in this online visioning session and sharing your vision for the city to the year 2040, you will help inform updates to the land use policies in the city's official plan document. This is the community's opportunity to shape the vision, objectives, and policies which will be used by the city to make land use decisions guiding the city's growth and development for the next 20 years. The new official plan may contain an entirely new vision statement or simply a refresh of the existing one. Through this visioning session and survey, we ask you to consider, when you think of your community, what comes to mind? When you envision Kenora in 5, 10, 20 years from now, what does it look like in the future?
The first policy area for consideration is affordable housing. As per the 2020 provincial policy statement, the official plan is to accommodate an appropriate, affordable, market-based range and mix of residential types, including single detached, additional residential units, multi-unit housing, affordable housing, and housing for older persons. Based on the housing tables for Kenora for 2018, the 60th percentile for rent is $1,360 per month and $349,000 for purchase. The City of Kenora's primary role in affordable housing is to provide guidance and resources to promote and support the inclusion of affordable housing in the city. They accomplish this by incorporating provisions in the official plan and zoning bylaw, as well as offering financial incentives through the 3 community improvement plans and potential financial support for affordable housing development through the capital facilities bylaw. Housing and affordable housing can take many forms. These are just some examples of the various housing types in which affordable housing can be provided, including single-unit detached dwellings. Additional residential units, or secondary dwellings as they are referred to in the current official plan, are an affordable housing option. This is where an existing residential unit can be modified to permit an additional unit, thereby allowing, for example, 2 residential units to be contained on one property. You can see a few options of how these can be provided here. Through the community survey, we are seeking your input on affordable housing. What is your vision for affordable housing, and how can the city make it easier to provide affordable housing? What types of affordable housing options are compatible with existing residential development in neighborhoods, and where should affordable housing be directed?
The next key policy area to be addressed in the official plan review is economic development. Official plan policies can help the city establish and meet economic development goals. For example, the city currently has 3 community improvement plans. Community Improvement Plan is a planning tool permitted under Section 28 of the Ontario Planning Act. Community improvement plans also include financial incentives which are legislated under Section 365.1 of the Municipal Act. Community improvement plans provide the planning and economic development framework for municipalities to respond to local needs, priorities, and circumstances for community improvement plan areas. Community improvement plans can provide several benefits for a community. They can stimulate private sector investment in targeted areas through grants and loans from the city, promote revitalization and placemaking to attract tourism, business investment, and economic development opportunities, develop affordable housing, promote brownfield cleanup and redevelopment, enhance streetscapes and building facades, and effectively use community infrastructure. Examples of projects supported under community improvement plans in the municipality include facade improvements like that at the Boreal Paddle building, new business signage such as Market Square, and landscape development like that of St. Andrew's Community Garden. Through the community survey, we are seeking your input on questions such as, should the city consider a community improvement plan that applies to other areas of the city or to the entire city? Another form of economic development within the city are home-based businesses. of which there are currently two forms: home occupations, which may include but not be limited to home office, health-related professionals, and catering. The second type is home industries, which includes but is not limited to welding, service and repair shops, and woodworking shops. Through the community survey, we are seeking your input on questions such as: consider if there should be additional provisions for home-based businesses in Kenora.
The official plan and zoning bylaw can provide policy direction and requirements for waterfront development. For example, height restrictions and lot coverage are controlled by zoning. In an effort to ensure built form does not dominate the waterfront, should we look at permitting increased building heights with reduced lot coverage, essentially allowing taller but narrower structures to preserve critical views to and from the water? Should we consider limiting the amount of shoreline that is developable per lot to ensure views are preserved and built form does not dominate the shoreline? Or maybe we should just do these things in certain areas, like Beach Road, for example. Currently, all waterfront properties are permitted to build one or all of the following with size restrictions: a boathouse, except in the Black Sturgeon Lake Restricted Development Area Zone, a boat port, dock, gazebo and picnic shelter, pump house, sauna, shoreline deck, and storage building. There are also use considerations such as parking. Should parking be allowed on waterfront properties? Should industrial and commercial uses be limited on waterfront properties? Through the community survey, we are seeking your input on waterfront development.
The policy area to be addressed in the official plan is keeping of animals and beekeeping. Currently, the keeping of animals and beekeeping are not permitted within established areas of the city. The keeping of animals is only permitted in the rural and rural residential zones of the zoning bylaw, provided they have a minimum parcel size of 2 hectares. Through the community survey, we are seeking your input on questions such as: consider if provisions for keeping of animals and beekeeping should be expanded in the city.
The next policy area to be addressed in the official plan is parking. The current official plan identifies parking as one of many criteria that new development should be assessed on, specifically that the development provides adequate on-site parking with minimal impact on adjacent uses. In general, the parking requirements for different types of development are outlined in the zoning bylaw. However, there are specific policies in the official plan regarding parking for Harbour Town Centre. Through the community survey, we are seeking your input on parking in Harbour Town Centre.
Short-term accommodations are a means to provide additional accommodation options in the city. Some benefits include increased tourism and increased diversity, supply, and affordability of accommodation options, and income generation for property owners. Some potential issues include nuisances and safety concerns, violation of apartment or condo rules, changes to neighborhood character, and loss of long-term rental supply. While short-term accommodations can, in part, be regulated through a zoning bylaw, there are other ways, such as licensing bylaws and other municipal bylaws, like property standards bylaws, noise bylaw, to address nuisances. Through the community survey, we are seeking your input on short-term accommodations.
We encourage you to complete the community survey and provide your feedback to the city. Your input will help inform updates to the official plan policies and zoning bylaw requirements. A summary of the survey results will be included in the final background study, which will be posted on the city's website. A special meeting of council will be held to present key recommendations for the official plan updates to City Council. This meeting will be open to the public. Following this meeting, a draft official plan and a draft zoning bylaw will be prepared and will also be made available on the city's website for public review before being presented at a statutory public open house in the summer. There are also statutory public meetings for both the official plan and zoning bylaw that are required as part of the adoption process. There are a number of ways to stay involved and up to date on the official plan and zoning bylaw review process, including future engagement events. We encourage you to check the project website, contact city staff by phone or email at planning@kenora.ca, and keep an eye out for notices through the website, the town's social media accounts, local newspapers, and community bulletins. Thank you for watching this video presentation, and we hope you will complete the survey on the city's website. Should you need a hard copy of the survey or would like to share any questions or comments on the official plan and zoning bylaw review, please contact the city by phone or email. We look forward to being able to connect in person at future engagement events. Thank you.